the dead are Ethiopians. Ethiopian Embassy in Djibouti. The Ethiopian Embassy in Djibouti has confirmed that all the citizens who died in the boat sinking incident on the coast of Djibouti are Ethiopians. On the evening of the 21st of September, 2017, two migrant boats carrying 320 irregular migrants from Yemen to Djibouti arrived in the coastal area of Djibouti. Following the accident, 48 migrants died. 197 migrants survived the accident and reached the international refugee camp in Marburg. It is indicated that the work of searching for the bodies of the remaining 75 migrants continues. According to the Ethiopian Embassy in Djibouti, it has been able to find out that all the migrants are Ethiopians from the information obtained from the relevant authorities. Atime Raz Galan, the students who manage their PhD studies at Addis Ababa University, including their families, were told bitterly that life is very challenging for them. Those who attend the school, when they find them, eat tea and bread, don't have a change of clothes, and wear the same clothes and shoes several times. With this feeling of shame and inferiority, when they see people they know, they are screaming in broken voices that they are forced to leave and not ask for family. Regarding this complaint, Tikva Ethiopia, Addis Ababa University was asked and responded. What was the response? The problem is not only for Addis Ababa University. It's a general problem. However, one of the efforts made by Addis Ababa University to solve the possible problem, especially for the undergraduate program, is to prepare dormitories at a low rent. One of the contributions of the university is to make it easy for PhD students to get a dorm. He is making them participate in the research activities in the university. Teaching and learning in the university program for PhD students is limited to a load of up to 3 credits. This should be seen in terms of support. As a whole, the living conditions of PhD students are not something that the university can solve alone. It is the whole country's problem. Apart from that, the university does not have the desire and capacity to support and facilitate the conditions within its capacity. He said that he is refining what he can do and growing what he can support. In 2017, more than 300 teachers who have been employed by Jigjiga University and who are more than 5 years old and do not have a second degree. He announced that he has decided not to offer any course during the academic year. The university had imposed a ban on the teachers from being paid their monthly salary, but it has reversed this decision for the time being. This decision was reached because the teachers who were hired with a bachelor's degree did not accept the university's repeated calls to continue their graduate studies and did not enter the second degree, the university said. What did Jigjiga University Academic Affairs Vice President Dr. Abdi Ahmed say? Jigjiga University has more than 1,400 teachers. About 800 of them have a second degree. He said that 350 of the teachers have only a bachelor's degree. He also stated that some of the teachers who have a bachelor's degree are in education. He recalled that most of the teachers who were hired 5 years or older than 5 years had obtained their second degree within 2 years. The president stated that there are teachers who have completed their second degree since then and are attending. Some refused to study but continued in the university, he said. The teachers pointed out that there may be various reasons for not continuing their post-graduation education and said that one of the reasons is that some teachers find other overlapping jobs and see teaching as a second job. He said that despite the university repeatedly calling meetings to discuss the reasons why these teachers had not started their postgraduate studies, they did not participate. When the year 2017 was about to start, we called a meeting of only teachers with first degrees. At first, only 11 teachers came to us. We called a meeting this week to give them a second chance. Out of more than 300 teachers, 48 teachers came. In this way, the teachers announced that the decision was made not to offer any courses in the 2017 academic year due to the fact that the teachers did not hold a second degree and did not participate in the meetings called by the university management. Since these teachers do not want to learn, we have decided that a teacher with a first degree will not teach a single course, they said. Dr. Abdi said that in addition, follow this channel to get daily information in English about the issues happening in East Africa, especially in Ethiopia. To the suspension of teaching, the teachers were also not paid. However, at the moment when the decision was passed, Dr. Abdi announced that the university has cancelled this decision for the time being because the September salary payment period has arrived and it is not possible to stop the salary at this time. Regarding the restoration of the legitimacy of the TPLF, a delegation from the federal government and the African Union panel will be organized anew, said the TPLF led by Mr. Reader. He issued a statement. With this, he said, the discussion started by the federal government and the African Union panel to restore the legitimacy of the TPLF will continue, he said. The reform plan, which has been delayed for various reasons, will continue in a strong way, he said. The TPLF led by Ato Getachew said, we will work to answer people's questions by strengthening the organization. He expressed that special attention will be paid to ensure the rule of law and the rule of law in Tigray, and asked for security structures and public support. We will work together with all neighbors to strengthen peaceful relations to improve relations with neighbors, said the TPLF, which is taught by Mr. Tikva. Ethiopia's Meagle family reported that members of the Central Committee and senior cadres from the 7 Tigray zones who refused to participate in the 14th conference of the TPLF led by Chairman Dr. Debretsion G/Michael were present during the 3-day discussion held by the group. The salary increase list will be announced soon through the Civil Service Commission, Ministry of Finance. Minister of Finance Ahmed Shide, he announced that the salary increase from September 2017 has been approved by the cabinet. They pointed out that there has been a certain wage increase that focused on low-income earners. Mr. Ahmed said, a certain salary increase has been considered for living allowance and has been approved by the cabinet. It will be considered from September. The salary increase will require an additional budget between 91 and 92 billion per certain entry in the existing budget. He pointed out that there is also a budget to be announced. The government is committed to supporting the civil servant in all areas of security and other areas to cope with the pressure of life, said Ato Ahmed. The performance of inflation in the last 2 months is not as feared. It has a stable price situation. There is a certain increase in some items, but it is mostly a stable situation, he said. Nevertheless, since the salary increase is very important, we have focused on the minimum of the employee's permanent salary income and increased the minimum and the upper minimum. The list will be announced soon through the Civil Service Commission, they said. The peace of Tigray region is important for the peace of our region. Haji Alaba. What did Afar Region President Haji Awalaba say to Tigray Interim Administration President Ato Getachew Reader and the delegation that included senior leadership? It is important to solve the problems of peace and security among the people of Afar and Tigray and strengthen people-to-people relations. It is important to establish lasting peace between the two regions. Since the peace of Tigray region is crucial for the peace of our region, it requires the participation of all to create stability in the region. We will do our part for the peace and stability of the region, he said. What is the Marburg virus that originated in East Africa? How dangerous is it? At least 8 people have died in the last few days due to the Marburg virus outbreak in Rwanda, health officials have announced. This highly contagious disease is similar to Ebola. Symptoms include fever, muscle aches, diarrhea, vomiting, and sometimes severe bleeding, which can lead to sudden death. Hundreds of people have died from the virus in Marburg in recent years. Almost all of them died in Africa. According to the World Health Organization, the Marburg virus kills on average half of the people it infects. It has killed between 24 and 88% of patients in previous outbreaks. The virus was first known in Europe in 1967 in Marburg and Frankfurt, Germany, and Belgrade, Serbia, where 31 people were infected and 7 of them died. The epidemic was caused by African green monkeys brought from Uganda to Europe. Since then, the virus has been linked to other animals. The virus is widely spread among people by people who spend long periods of time in caves and mining areas where bats abound. In the past few years, Marburg virus has occurred in the following countries: Equatorial Guinea, Ghana, Democratic Congo, Kenya, South Africa, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. A 2005 outbreak in Angola killed more than 300 people. Follow this channel to get daily information in English about the issues happening in East Africa, especially in Ethiopia.